Turning to today's numbers, we identified 113 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday. 43 people are currently in hospital, including 7 in intensive care. Alberta currently has 1,494 active cases, which is 91 fewer than yesterday, but still a concerning total. Sadly, I must report 5 additional deaths today. These deaths occurred in the last few days, and I extend my condolences to the loved ones who are forced to grieve during this difficult time. I know that schools and our current case numbers are top of mind for many of us. As I mentioned yesterday, we are doing media availabilities every day this week to try to answer questions to the best of our ability. To date, Alberta Health Services has confirmed 24 cases that were present at 21 schools while infectious. Since my update yesterday, as of this morning, Alberta had confirmed its first 3 school outbreaks, with 2 confirmed cases in individuals at the following schools: at Henry Wisewood High School in Calgary, at the St. Wilfrid Elementary School in Calgary, and at Chinook High School in Lethbridge. I want to stress that while we are calling these outbreaks, this is a very cautious use of the term. We are acting out of an abundance of caution by treating 2 cases who were in a school while infectious within a 14-day span as an outbreak, even when the cases are within one family. This is an extremely low threshold to meet. All outbreaks are still under investigation by AHS. There is no evidence of transmission within the school in any of these outbreaks. Rather, in each of these schools, there are 2 confirmed cases that were present in the school while infectious. We are striving to help parents have the information they need to best understand the risk of exposure that their children face. Anytime one confirmed case is identified as having been infectious while in a school, and any time an outbreak is declared, all parents and guardians at the school will receive a letter sent by AHS through the school. This is sent as soon as either of those situations is identified to ensure that those who are most impacted, the staff and families at the school, are informed of the outbreak, the actions that are being taken, and any next steps. It also ensures that parents with children can make timely choices about what this means for their family. We recognize that the public has a keen interest in this information as well, which is why the map was updated today to reflect these 3 outbreaks. We are committed to updating this map every weekday with information that we have validated as of that morning. We have heard reports from other sources that what students do after school is over is concerning, that students are congregating, perhaps sharing drinks. You know, I think that, again, the important thing is that all of us, whether students, parents, teachers, staff, or anyone in our communities, that each of us needs to take the responsibility for making sure that we are not in a position where we could either acquire COVID-19 or pass it along if we should get it. And so schools can do a certain amount, and then really the rest of us need to pick up that responsibility outside of the school environment and carry it forward. So I would really encourage parents, particularly parents of students who are in junior and senior high, to have those conversations with their kids like they would about any kind of situation where peers might be doing something that for that particular family would be concerning. In this case, undertaking activities that put people at risk of COVID spread. I would really encourage parents to have those conversations with their kids and think through scenarios. What would options be for those kids? How could they respond? How could they be leaders in their peer groups to take responsibility for stopping COVID spread and being part, whether or not those students would be at high risk for severe outcomes. There are others in their lives who would be. So again, I think that's really something that each one of us needs to think about. How can we, outside of those formal environments like a school or a business or another structured place, how do we in our daily lives, each of us pick up that commitment to be a part of this bigger whole and care for each other? When things like this surface, whenever there's any issue that surfaces that showcases where our current response is there's room for improvement. If we collectively say, how can we work together to improve this? Let's get the students involved in thinking about solutions. Let's get the teachers and the administrators involved, because ultimately, I think the more that we feel like COVID restrictions are being done to us and we want to push back against them, that doesn't set us up for success. I think we need to consider how we collectively pull together to defeat COVID, and that includes our students. It includes thinking about how do we empower them to try to come up with solutions to make themselves a part of that solution in the school.